All right, so now the second thing I want you to do when he's moving too fast is assess how you really feel. So piggybacking off of not panicking and writing down all your feelings. What happens to a lot of women is that the decision to be or not be with that man or move forward with him is typically based upon his actions and the evaluation of him. So it's like, okay, well, what's his relationship history? How has he been treating you? Different things on his resume, trying to understand if he really genuinely loves you and cares about you, or is he playing games? It's him. And it's not saying that we shouldn't be taking a look at him, but understand that until we recognize how you feel, nothing else matters. All right? Because, for example, if let's just say you realize, you know what? I don't really like this guy. I'm enjoying the attention he's giving me. All right? I'm enjoying the potential that this can become something serious because I've been wanting a relationship for so long, but I'm not really into this guy. Well, if that is the case, then whether he likes you, doesn't like you, he's genuine or not, it doesn't matter because you shouldn't be with him. You see what I'm saying? Like that cancels everything out. And again, I have to say, so many women have chosen or accepted being with a man with this idea that, well, he loves me so much. And even going with this idea of, well, isn't it best to choose a man who loves me more than I love him? No, it's not. No, it is not. That is a recipe for disaster. I'm not going to sit here and say no one's ever survived that. But the vast majority of people end up paying a huge price for trying to select someone who loves them more, all right? I have a whole video on it, but let me just say this. I won't go too deep. A big reason why choosing a man who loves you more than you love him never works is because you're never really into him. And since you're never really into him, you can never truly pour into him the way that he will need, and he can never be the man you truly need. So there's a void, there's a disconnect from the jump, all right? Which is a setup for bigger problems later. When two people genuinely love each other or are genuinely into each other, no one can quantify who loves who more. If you're even able to come to that conclusion, that tells you you don't have strong feelings for him or strong enough feelings for him. Because as a woman, when you feel strong, if anything, when you feel genuinely strongly about a man, you probably feel like you love him more. So if you can say to yourself, nah, he loves me more than I love him, oh, then we already know it's not going to work. So getting back to assessing your feelings, again, if you're not truly into him, the man, not the circumstances, but the man himself, it won't matter. But on the flip side, let's just say in you assessing things, you realize you are feeling strongly about him. It may be scary. You may be struggling to embrace it for what it is, but you can acknowledge through being real with yourself that you are feeling this connection. You are feeling this strong desire and draw to this man. I always want to stress the man, not the circumstances, because people get caught up in the hype of the circumstances and not the actual person. But you can say, no, I want the person, right? Well, now that allows us to, we can work from there in seeing how we can proceed, because now we can eliminate the concern of, is he love bombing you? Now, for those of you who don't know the term love bombing, and I have a video on that as well, essentially, it's this man or woman, whoever, this partner coming and showering you with attention and desire and wanting to move things fast and all these different things, basically overwhelming you with all these feelings so that they can move things along. But love bombers tend to be narcissistic people. They're setting you up for trouble later. But I always argue that it's not love bombing if the feelings are mutual. You see what I'm saying? Love bombing is a one-sided thing. But if you feel strongly about this man genuinely, then that's not a love bomb. You guys are feeling potentially a connection, a real thing here. And so I wouldn't want you, dismissing the potential of this relationship because of how fast it's moving, because you've been told that no, when it moves this fast, something's wrong. And that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? That again, we got to account for the fact that, let me say this, especially as we get older, understand that we've met a lot of people in our lifetime. You may have dated many people in your lifetime. It's reasonable to make the argument that by that point in your life, you know what you like and don't like. You've seen so much of the opposite sex that when someone separates the pack in a way that no one else has ever done, it hits you like a ton of bricks. So that person experiencing that doesn't need weeks, months, years to be like, oh, this is something different. This is something that I'm truly emotionally invested in or want to invest in. They can see it clearly very fast. You know what I'm saying? If anything, what I would argue is that it's not that people don't see it quickly. It's that a lot of people struggle to embrace it because of fear, because of, again, outside noise telling them, no, this can't be it. And I'll even mention, I had a couple recently who came to my event. I'm forgetting which city it was, but they came to one of my tour events a couple weeks ago, and they got married in 3 months. Now listen, I'm not saying for everybody to go out there and get married in 3 months, right? But they explained to me how my video and my videos on love bombing, breaking things down, really helped them push past that negativity and that doubt that people were casting on them, and that even they may have been struggling within themselves. And now they're happily married. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you could see their energy, like how positive and happy they were and excited they were. But to get back to the point, the thing is, again, you want to assess how you feel, because that is where we now can determine if we give this a chance or we need to cut this man loose ASAP. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Sometimes it can feel like dating really sucks. People playing games. It seems like they have one foot in the door, one foot out the door. The struggle to meet someone who you are compatible with, or even more importantly, have a connection with.